check the broadcast thing because I want to see if we're actually live. Point.
Yeah, she's normally the one that works the camera.
Well, it's just not working.
Okay.
You guys like a deal, Anna.
What do we
This is what I do for fun. I literally get so close up to the microphone that you can hear my freaking moist mouth.
Nice, Joseph.
Well, Aaron, I'm trying to contribute something to the conversation.
I'm just saying, nice.
You're not. You don't say anything. You just sit there on your phone going through Instagram.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
It is. You guys can't see it, but I can see it. Kim can see it.
No, I can't. I'm blind. I don't have my glasses on.
Why don't you have your glasses on?
This mask, bro. These things are $500. I am not breaking them. My life depends on
All you
them.
do is just pull it down a little more and you can have room for your glasses.
Fogs them up. Either way, I can't use them because either
Alright, then
fogs them up
breathe
or they
down.
fall off.
And breathe down.
How do you do that?
You just breathe down. You just, like Rick and Morty lips. You just point down.
What?
Nothing.
You're the right now, by the way.
I know. I can see it. I don't care.
Whatever, Joseph.
I don't have sexual relations with that woman.
Okay, Joseph. Did, but I do know that you're 16
All I
and
know-
weren't alive at the time.
What does that matter? I can still wish to be in it. I can still wish to be in a time period. I can wish to be in the Wild West. I like Back to the Future 3. I'm a millennial.
You're 16, Joseph.
Back to the Future, wasn't that made in 2015?
Oh,
Go ahead, let that laugh out. I seen it. You grand. I seen it. I seen it. Ziana, go ahead.
My favorite holiday would be either I'd say maybe Christmas, 'cause you know the gifts and all that extra stuff, the money, especially when eating, you know, the good old food, and it's probably my birthday as well, 'cause it's my birthday and it's in the summertime, and and Halloween because of like the weather, like the timing of it all. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Well, my favorite holiday is, I would like to say, Christmas or not my birthday. I really don't care too much about my birthday. I mean, it's just another day, honestly. But Christmas or 4th of July, just 'cause of shooting fireworks, not 'cause of what it represents, but probably Christmas 'cause that's when I go. That's when I go. Well, I was gonna say other than the summertime, that's when I go to Georgia and see my little cousin Andre and my aunt and uncle, and that's when everybody just come around, bring gifts, laugh, all that. So as a consensus of a group, what do y'all think is the number one holiday people vote?
Christmas, not for real.
What you
Yeah.
think?
Christmas.
What is it?
It's Christmas.
No, don't answer. Don't answer. But what is number two? What y'all think is number two?
Thanksgiving.
Hannah? What do you? Hmm? Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't hear you. Number two is actually Valentine's Day.
Mm.
What do y'all think is number three?
Definitely Halloween then.
Mother's Day is number three.
No,
Father's Day
no.
is number four.
No.
Number five is Easter. Number six is Halloween. Thanksgiving is 7, and St. Patrick's Day is 8. So, list y'all top 5, starting with Ziana.
My top 5 favorite holidays.
Yep.
5 would be um
Here's the list of them just in case you need to see them again. Oh, go ahead.
I'd say Halloween would be probably 5 because I don't celebrate anymore. You know, I'm a little too. I mean, actually, I'm too old to trick or treat, but I don't see the fun in it anymore. I don't really have a reason to. I don't like candy, none of that. So, and then Lord forgive me. Nah. Then it'll be St. Patrick's Day. Don't really care about that either.
So you would switch Halloween to St. Patrick's Day?
mm, that's number 4.
What's number 3?
Number 3 would be Thanksgiving. Number 2 would be Valentine's Day. My first one would be Christmas.
Hannah, top 5. You need to see a list. There you go. Just name your top 5 holidays real quick if you can. What'd you say? You can't? Freshman?
5 would be St. Patrick's Day. 4 would be Valentine's Day. 3 would be Thanksgiving. 2 would be Halloween. Number 1 is Christmas.
Okay. Can I see that list, please? All right. So, at my number 5, I would have. Well, now I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna go 1 to 5. Number 1, Christmas, of course. Number 2, I would go with Halloween because it's just Halloween, I guess. Number 3 would be Mother's Day, of course. Single mother. I love my mom to death. Number 4, Valentine's Day. Well, no, number 4 is Thanksgiving, sorry. And number 5 is Valentine's Day. So, what do y'all think out of all, what's y'all least favorite holiday out of all holidays that we celebrate in America?
Probably St. Patrick's Day because it doesn't really have a meaning to it.
Hannah? You don't have a least favorite? Can you name one that you just don't care about? Freshman?
St. Patrick's Day.
Dang, what y'all got against St. Patrick's Day?
It doesn't really. All you do is wear green and try to get. What's that?
True.
No meaning.
It's either that. I'll say either that or Father's Day. You know, them two, we could live without those 2 holidays. I don't think that would too much really hurt anybody's feelings. But today, that's all for today, folks. Tune in on next Monday's podcast. We will be talking about social medias. And we're out, folks. All for today.
freaking Karens that say it's the devil's holiday. We need to change it. It needs to be happy. We can't have scary stuff. We can't have stuff that celebrates a really popular genre of movies. We can't have that. Something that goes back over 500 years. We can't have that. It's the devil's holiday. I can do impressions.
What about you, Aaron?
What's the question?
What's your least favorite thing about holiday? Halloween.
About Halloween?
Halloween.
I don't like. What do I not
Black
like?
licorice. Banana Laffy Taffies.
Yeah.
I love banana Laffy Taffies. They're the most delicious.
Like, I don't really have a reason why I wouldn't want to like Halloween.
There's just something that's like an element of Halloween that's there every single year, but you just don't like it.
Like, you can love Halloween, but it's just like something you don't like about it.
I don't know. I don't have
What about you, Kimmy?
My least favorite thing is when we go shopping. And my brother and sister know I'm easy to scare, so they put on the creepiest mask they can find, and they grab me when we're going on aisles looking for costumes.
What are you gonna dress up as this year?
This year I'm not going.
Understandable.
But next year
My
I'm dressing
friend's
as
coming
a
down
witch.
from Georgia, so we're gonna do something.
I'm dressing up as a witch.
Okay. Aaron, again, you gonna do some stuff with your friend?
Yes.
What are you planning to do? Play freaking racing games? Was it Forza or something?
Forza. Well, no, he's just gonna come up from whatever you call it.
You gonna play some Fortnite, the best game in the universe, the only game that exists for our modern generation?
It's a bad game. It's not even.
It is a really bad game.
I've never played before.
Fortnite?
Yeah, never played.
I mean, it's okay.
Okay, I'm not.
It has its moments. It has that moments where you're just like, yeah, this is actually pretty fun. Then you get like a couple seasons in, and you're just like,
People try too hard at the game.
yeah.
They try too hard to be good, and then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So you just get beat.
Then you have like the white kids. We all know it's white kids. We all know it. We have the white kids who just like there's one kid like he destroyed his TV. He destroyed his TV so his mom would buy him a new one so he could get a better resolution on Fortnite.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called degeneracy.
And the mom does it because she doesn't know any other way to please her kid because she did not take the time to actually spend time with him.
It's called Spoiled Rotten.
And then you have like the one kid, like he forced his mom to buy him a brand new iPhone, iPhone X. He smashed it on the ground so his mom would buy him one.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm just like, have some backbone, women.
Yes.
Spank your kid. Do something. Do something here.
Whippings.
They're fun. They're really fun. You guys hear about Super Mario 3D All Stars?
No. I've heard rumors about it.
Okay, so it is probably the worst idea for a Nintendo game. Like, it has Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, and I think Super Mario Galaxy. I think those 3D games. So the whole thing is, so it's a digital, online, limited time exclusive to
Oh.
Nintendo. Which is the worst thing, because Nintendo games, they make their profit over time, so having a limited time exclusive is just really bad for their whole like company. Then Kimmy, what's your favorite video game? I'm gonna guess you weren't allowed to play video games.
No, I was. My brother had a DS.
Yeah, DS. Okay, DS.
He had a Nintendo DS.
I had a DSi XL.
Yeah, that's what he had.
I had one. I had a red one. I do not know where it is now.
He had a blue one. I just don't know what he did with it. I remember he broke it.
Yeah, I had one. It was like the coolest thing ever. It was like this one. It was like this little puzzle on the back of it. It had Lego Indiana Jones on it. It was coolest thing ever. Coolest thing.
I think my favorite game was
Hey, people at home who are watching us, if you are, do you like looking at my shadowy eyes? that you can't even see because I don't sleep. You can go ahead.
Favorite game. I actually have no clue. I can't remember the games I played. I had like two. I had one with the dogs. You dressed up little dogs, and you got
Got
to
a
keep them.
snake skin.
Yeah, you gotta contribute something to this
I
conversation.
don't. Okay, well, ask me something.
What I have?
Are you
It's
kidding me?
all general topics. We gotta find something. You're just sitting there on the phone.
Well, I don't know what. Ask me something, please.
Okay, what's your favorite video game?
For Honor.
Okay, understandable.
What's your least favorite video game? Not me.
Fortnite, probably.
Probably gotta be. That's a hard one, actually. Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. The new Avengers games come out. It's just too meh. It's too meh.
My least favorite game is the sharpshooter games because my brother plays them all the time,
Sure.
Okay.
and he is convinced that you can do what you do in the games in real life because he is
You
slower
can't.
he has slower development issues.
I mean, you technically can.
I know, but he thinks it's okay and he won't get in trouble if he does.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, smack him around a little bit to make
Oh
him laugh.
gosh.
Smack him around. Yell at him, McKenna. If you're his character, then yell at him.
I don't. That gets nowhere with my brother, dude.
Be a dominant. Be the dominant force in that family.
That's my sister's job.
Be the second dominant force in that family.
That's my mom's job.
Be the 15th dominant force in that family.
That is my job.
Yeah. I found your job.
Okay. How many siblings?
Technically
Two.
3. I said technically because one of them is.
I technically only have 3, but there is 2 people that they're my cousins. We kind of adopted because they were new to the country. So I say I have 5, and soon it will be 6 because their sister's coming.
Podcast about relationships. I'm Chandler. I'm Andy.
I'm Sydney.
I'm Claire. And so my personal opinion on high school relationships are, I mean, honestly, they're kind of pointless. Like, some of them do end up lasting. It's not like you can't make it through high school and college and end up married, but most of them, you know what, they end badly. They end with cheating in high school. So personally, relationships just aren't my go-to thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think that it depends on the maturity of the people that are in the relationship and whether or not they have trust for each other and if they're really in it for the right reasons.
Cause like not all of them are bad. Not all some of them last. Like some people get married out of high school or out of middle school even. So it's not all people, but
I mean, yeah, like you've been in a long-term relationship and y'all look pretty happy, but personally my experiences haven't been the best. They've ended really badly. They've been really toxic because I feel like people in high school, like, you're still trying to figure out who you want to be and who you are, and having that person like you're tied down to, and it just, a lot of times people get bored really easily and they don't know what they want, and so they get bored and they don't know how to end the relationships, and then they go and cheat, or they just keep their feelings to themselves and are just in a pointless relationship.
Yeah, in relationships in high school, a lot of times they start dating and then they just like grow, but they grow in different ways and they grow apart, so it's kind of hard for them to stay together. But for some relationships, I feel like it can do the opposite, and you can end up growing together and end up like being even more in love with them than you were in high school through time.
It also kind of depends on how mature you are. Because, like, if you're not mature at all, then
Maddie, I think your microphone's off.
Yeah, it is.
okay. It kind of depends on how mature you are too. Because, like, if you're not mature enough for a relationship, then you're not gonna last with someone.
Yeah.
And
It-
they need the communication.
Yeah, especially
like,
in
you
high
gotta
school.
communicate with everybody and not keep everything to yourself and tell them how you feel instead of keeping it all in, because then it's not gonna last at all.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of failed relationships because of that, and people end up breaking up because they don't know how to communicate with each other, and then they end up losing trust, and I think it's just really unhealthy and toxic for some people to be in high school relationships, especially if they don't have trust for the person and they're immature, because if you don't have trust for someone that you're in a relationship with, it's never going to work, ever.
And can we just talk about, like, you know how it's like a, what's the word, like a stereotype, like the senior freshman relationships? If you're a freshman and a senior is talking to you, or even a junior is talking to you, most of the time they don't want you for you. They don't want to be in a relationship with you. You need to realize that now. Freshmen, I'm talking to you.
Thank you,
Do
Claire.
not fall for
Yeah.
it.
Thank you,
A lot
Claire.
of times if you're in like 2 grades ahead, I mean sometimes it does work out, but if you're like way older and you have like a completely different lifestyle than another person, it's going to be harder to adjust and harder to stay together with such different schedules, especially if you're only going into your junior year and your boyfriend's going off to college. He's going to meet a bunch of people in college, and you're going to be stuck in high school with the same people, and it's just going to be like even harder to break up rather than in high school.
Yeah, like if you're dating someone and I'm not gonna name names, but I have an example in the top of my head. So she was a sophomore last year and he was a senior last year. They go to different schools, but
Did you lose your train of thought?
so he graduated last year and now he's at college and she's still in high school. She's still a junior in high school. She has 2 more years left of high school and he is in college. When you're in college, you meet new people. It's a long distance relationship, first of all. You don't always have time to see each other. You don't always have time to spend time with each other. You can't trust, personally, if I was in that situation, I don't think I would trust my significant other in college, because college, if we're being honest here, what do you do in college? You go to class and you party with people you've never met before. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. So
yeah. If you're gonna stay with someone you're in a relationship in high school through college, you have to make time for each other, and you have to plan it out ahead of time, and you have to make sure that your significant other is going to college for the right reason, and it's not just to party and everything. Like, you have to, I don't want to say plan your whole life around them, but they have to be part of the plan of your college life if you actually want to stay with them, because you can grow apart, and especially if you're 4 hours away or something, it's really hard to make time for each other because you just get so lost in your own world, and I think that's a big part of it.
And a lot of people don't really want to be tied down, especially in college. If your girlfriend or boyfriend doesn't go to college with you, you're not gonna want to be tied down.
yeah, and a lot of people are able to make it work, when they go to different colleges and stuff. But but there's a difference between both being in college at the same time and one person still being in high school and one person being in college. Your maturity levels on 2 different levels. Your communication probably isn't the best. There's a lot of factors that go into long distance relationships, and relationships who have age gaps in high school. Although you might think it can work and you might think you're different, most of the time it doesn't work out. So don't get your heart too broken.
Yeah, you have to be prepared for all that kind of stuff when you get into a high school relationship. And I think everybody who gets into a high school relationship, I don't think everybody really thinks about that. And then they end up heartbroken whenever they go to college. But if you really want it to work out, then before you even get serious, you really need to talk about the future or else you're gonna end up heartbroken because something that happens in college.
But don't get in a relationship just to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend because it's not gonna end well. Like, don't just do it because all your friends are in a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, and also you can't just sit there and be looking for a relationship.
Yeah, it has to
When you're
find
looking
you.
for a relationship, you're not gonna get one. You can't force
Yeah.
relationships to
It's
happen.
not gonna be real love.
And this is why me and Claire are not in relationships.
Exactly. I am accepting applications.
Me
but,
too.
But there's some very strict categories you have to follow, and you know what? Most of the guys so far haven't met those qualifications. Not even close to meeting them.
Because guys are immature.
Exactly.
I mean, and it's literally proven that men's brains take way longer to mature than women's brains. If you're in a relationship with a guy, expect a lot of immaturity and toxicness in high school because, I mean, personally, that's all I've experienced. I know some of these have really good relationships. Some of these girls have really healthy, good relationships. Personally, I haven't been lucky that way. I had one, and I ruined it. Wish I could go back and change it. Don't think I'd be the person I am today if I wouldn't have ended that. But you know what? Things happen. You have to move on. You have to learn from them. And if you don't use them as learning opportunities, you're never gonna mature as a person either. You're never gonna be ready for a new relationship. You have to move on.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people in high school are really just like looking for relationships, like Claire said. And if you're looking for a relationship, you're obviously not mature enough to be in one yet. And I think that it's more of a lust than a love, and it's just an attachment, and you don't really know what true love is yet. You just want somebody to be with you, and you don't want to be alone. And I think that's really toxic as well, because it's not like true feelings. It's just like you're with them every day, and you're used to this routine, honestly. And I think that can be really toxic if you don't have the right reasons to be in a relationship and to be with that person.
I think some people just want a boyfriend or a girlfriend just to have someone with them and so they don't get bored. And like they always have somebody to talk to or something.
And a lot of people like the look of having like a boyfriend or a
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
And they like the attention. Like, I know a lot of people who just want it for the attention. And that
Yeah.
when it's over, they go to someone else for the attention again.
Some people in this school, I've seen some relationships, I'm not trying to say any names, but they are truly just in it because they want somebody to be with or for the wrong reasons. It's not because they actually love them, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen that, and it makes me really upset because I know they're going to get heartbroken, and I know they're going to be upset whenever the other person actually never had feelings for them, or honestly something will go wrong every time you're looking for a relationship.
And honestly, it's kind of stereotypical that girls are always the one that gets their hearts broken. But honestly, personally, I think that a lot of guys in high school get in relationship with girls who don't want them for them. They want them for the look of having a relationship, to say you have a boyfriend, but really they're talking to so many other guys, and that's also really toxic and it causes a lot of trust issues. I mean, high school is where you like kind of mature and you become your own person. And honestly, you can meet some of your best friends in high school. So my opinion on relationships in high school is focus on your friendships, because those are the people who are going to be there for you in the long run. Yeah, a lot of friendships fall apart too in high school, but you'll find some of your best friends, the people you actually want to be around, the people who you enjoy being around in high school, not a boyfriend who you're going to date for 6 months and break up with. You know, it just...
Yeah.
And don't
You're-
waste your high school years. Like, if you're not happy or you just want a boyfriend to have a boyfriend, don't waste your high school years doing that, because you could be doing so many other things, but you could be
Yeah.
tied down to a boy.
And the thing that makes me so mad about a lot of high school relationships is that they think that, like, everything is about their partner. Like, they base their whole world around them. And if they're not around them, they're not happy. If they're not with them, they're not happy. If it doesn't involve them, then they don't want to be there. And that's honestly really toxic. You should never think like that. And if you're in something like that, then you need to get out of it, because the only thing that should happen in a relationship is the other person should enhance your joy. or enhance your life. They shouldn't be your life or be your happiness, and that's a lot of relationships
Yeah.
in high school.
I completely agree with that. Like, your happiness does not depend on who you're with. Like, your happiness should depend on you.
Maddie.
You should like yourself and love yourself before you can love anyone else. You have to love yourself. You have to feel happy with yourself before you can like be in a relationship and be in a serious relationship and actually like put effort into someone else. Because if you don't love yourself first, you're just creating more problems for your partner, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what? High school
not.
relationships, not worth it.
So in conclusion,
Don't recommend.
Don't get in a high school relationship if it's for the wrong reasons, and you know it's not going to work out in the end because it's honestly just a waste of time.
And do not cheat. Don't cheat. If you
Mm-mm.
don't, if you lost feelings for the
Break
person,
up with them.
tell the person you lost feelings. Do not cheat.
Don't be a cheater around Teal Hannah.
It gets
Your name
around
will go
fast.
everywhere.
It gets around fast. It's embarrassing for you and the person who you cheated with.
Okay. I think that's
all right. I think we're
anyways,
done.
that's all.
Goodbye.
So thank you guys. How do I end it?
You press that thing. No. The red top part.
Ooh.
Yep.
Nope. That.
Broadcast, and you
Yep,
click
that.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, click it.
Do what I want.
Oh my goodness.
I was just like, clearly your parents are terrible. You were too spoiled. Then I reported her. She got banned.
On what?
I banned her twice. I reported her twice. First time she did it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna report this. Second time I did it, I told her, you should not be doing this. You are too young to be on this app. And she said, she flipped me off, said the F word, and said, I can do what I
Oh my
want.
gosh.
Then I unfollowed. I reported her again.
Oh goodness. Children, do not curse.
Do not go on TikTok yet. You are not ready. If you are just starting middle school, you are not supposed to be on TikTok. If you were in a kindergarten, you're not supposed to be on TikTok. There are way too many factors to ruin your She is almost if she was just born a couple months later, she could have voted this year.
True. My birthday's 4 months away. True.
Man, don't you wish you could vote for Biden? The man who has dementia.
Like I don't like either of them.
I hate both of them.
I don't like either of them. But I'd rather go to the one who's not mentally unstable and doesn't know where he is half the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of them are terrible candidates.
Yeah, they're
Both of
not
them
the
are.
best people.
They're not. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Trump has done. A lot of it, I don't agree with it. But I also don't think that a man who cannot say mental fitness should be in the presidency.
Also, I don't think that someone who has lied about taking the test
Yeah.
should be in the White
Well,
House. Because he
he's-
said several times, like, well, I take them every day. But then in another interview, he said, why would I take that? I don't need to take that.
I have perfect mental
I beg to differ.
fitness.
I beg to differ.
If he can't even remember how he took his own test, and like, no, you're not supposed to do that. But then you have the orange. I think at this point he actually just dressed up as an orange for a meme. Cause there's no way. Cause for the entire time I did not see him as an actual orange in any of the interviews. He was just a normal guy. But then, in the election, he actually was an orange. It might be the lighting or something.
We can go eat.
Oh yeah, nobody's gone yet.
Okay, how do you turn it off?
I don't know how to start.
Just did it.
Exactly. Cause I was gonna do it.
Did it start?
Oh my gosh, my ears.
Alrighty.
This feels real now.
We're streaming live. I just don't know how to turn it off.
Hit broadcast.
Oh. working. I broke it. Okay, nice.
See, Joseph, this is why I told you not to click it. 'Cause this is literally exactly what's
That's
happening.
not it.
Okay, so cancel.
Oh, I'm going to eat.
I want to eat. Wait for me.
Get up. Let me see this. Let me see. Get up. Let me see this. One more time.
Bye, guys.
Do some teacher stuff. 14 minutes.
How long are we streaming?
Almost 15 now. 15 minutes.